Wow, what a year for Indian cinema. With international recognition, continuation of the rise of regional cinema, massive blockbusters breaking all-time records, and path-breaking niche endeavors, 2024 has been a massive year for cinema of the country. We will come back with a list of our favorite Indian films for the year, which seems to be an extremely difficult task. But today, let us put out our favorite performances of the year from Indian cinema, which wasn't that easy a task as well. 2024 was a year of almost all big guns of Indian cinema gracing the silver screen, from Mammootty to Mohanlal, Kamal Haasan to Rajnikant to Amitabh Bachchan, Fahad Fasil to Vijay Sethupathi to Dhanush, Parvati or Dulquer Salman. And then along with established stars solidifying their legacy, we also had breakout talents making their mark, adding to the testament of the incredible range and depth of Indian actors. While opinions about the best performances are inherently subjective, these are the actors that make it to the list of our top 10 performances of the year. At number 10, we have Asif Ali, one of the most underrated actors of Malayalam cinema. Consider how Asif Ali's nonchalant act as Ajay uplifts the overall impact of Kishkindha Kandam, arguably the finest Indian thriller of recent times. Across the film, Ali comes up with a steady, believable performance that supports the mystery of the script. But once you reach the heart-melting climax and then look back at Asif's act in hindsight, how fantastic he was all through with the clinical execution that does not divulge the twists of the plot and at the same time retains the character's authenticity when we look back at the film. And then he also had Level Cross in the same year, a much lesser discussed film that marks one of the finest works of Asif Ali. As Raghu, Asif exhibits his distinct range in Level Cross. Those scenes of the lone man and his circumstantial encounter with the feminine are outstanding. His looks, the sexual undercurrents at play, and then his variations at the film's revelations are fantastic. A film that Asif Ali carries almost single-handedly. Now we have one of our favorites of contemporary Indian cinema, Makkal Selvan, Vijay Sethupathi at number 9, as the mastery of his craft was evident in performances across three contrasting roles. In Merry Christmas, he effortlessly balanced mystery and charm, keeping the audience intrigued. And then comes the fantastic climax which Sethupathi elevates to a different level, using his effortless appeal. Maharaja saw him channel a raw power and vulnerability, delivering a deeply moving performance. And finally, Viduthalai too. That scene as a stripped and beaten down Perumal sits down in front of the interrogation officer, crossing his legs in pride and indifference, is pure goosebumps. Sethupathi showcased his ability to embody a revolutionary leader with searing intensity in the new release, further cementing his legacy as one of contemporary Indian cinema's greatest. At number 8, we have Manoj Bajpayee at his inherent best in Kanu Bale's Dispatch. As the morally ambiguous journalist in Dispatch, Manoj Bajpayee played a character caught in the grey areas of truth and deceit. The film's investigative narrative leaned heavily on Bajpayee's ability to express conflict and determination with just his expressions and body language. His performance carried the film, creating a sense of urgency and danger in its darkest moments. We are yet to watch the fable by Ram Reddy that made festival visits this year, where we are certain Manoj must have left his mark. At number 7, we have Prithviraj Sukumaran with a beast of a performance in Adu Jeevitam, A Goat's Life. He gives his all into this film and the hard work pays off. There's this scene where Najib has made it to the civil society and is being questioned by the Saudi police. That stooping figure, unable to comprehend words being spoken to him, resembles the mass actor we know but does not feel like Prithviraj as he completely emerges into being Najib. Prithviraj, committed to his cinema, pulls out every element that could remind us of the actor we know from his performance. His inhibitions, his face, his body. Any film that relies almost on one actor to deliver its ambitions in entirety always demands a lot from its leading man. Prithviraj responds to this mammoth task in such a way that we as the audience can only do is not to blink. Our first female performer in the list is at number 6. Anna Ben, who brought a refreshing authenticity to her role in Kottakali, portraying a woman battling societal norms and personal fears. She embodies the persona of being a woman with a voice in a performance without dialogues or props, as she sits straight-faced into the auto, denying to walk out, pushing the men to lift up the vehicle to change its direction. In agony and all possible strength, that set piece perhaps sums up the entire film. What a sublime performance that promises more to come from Anna. At number 5, we have a breakout performer, breaking away from his dance-centric roots. Raghav Juyal surprised audiences with his gritty and physically demanding role in Kill, playing the baddie against a man on a mission in this adrenaline-fueled action thriller. Juyal brought a raw intensity and depth to his character, making him one of the more memorable villains in the recent past. From expertly choreographed fight sequences to the brutal egoist, His performance shocked us in the best way possible. Way to go, Raghav. At number 4, we have the girls from Girls Will Be Girls. Preeti Panigrahi, in a debut to remember for long, portrays a strange mix of the innocence of adolescence and the maturity of a modern-day coming-of-age teenager. Meera feels beyond her age, her sexual awakening is relatable and distinct at the same point of time. That comes coupled with the domestic tension at play between her and Anila, her mother, played by the fascinating Kani Kusruti. Kani's tender portrayal of a woman who still has not outgrown from being a teenage girl, wanting to compensate for the lost time and dreams, is a perfect juxtaposition to Meera, as we witness the two women negotiate with patriarchy in their everyday struggles. Kani continues her vulnerability and charm in Payal Kapadia's internationally acclaimed All We Imagine As Light, delivering a mesmerizing performance. Her eyes speak volumes in each frame in Payal's unique exploration of themes of loss, identity and redemption with profound emotional depth. Kani has been a mighty actor for long, but it is this year that acknowledges her talent like none before. At number 3, we have a duo again. Two powerhouse female performances from the same film. Parvati and Urvashi were stunning in Ullu Uduku, a film that explores the intricate relationship between two women from different generations. Parvati is in top form at her vulnerable best after long, expressing the suffocation of Anju in all her scenes. And what do we say about Urvashi? In arguably her finest performance, as pain, hope, anger, care of a mother oozes out of each of her expressions and scenes. Your heart misses a beat as she reconfirms from Anju at the interval exposition as all her hopes come crashing down. That scene where prayers are ongoing in front of her son's body as she insists Anju to sit beside her will forever be chiseled in our hearts. Parvati and Urvashi come together again in Legend Jose's Her with heartfelt authentic performances as they draw viewers towards the struggle and charms of women. Okay, number 2, and what do we say? We have the two greatest of our cinema together. Fahad Fasil, arguably the best actor of contemporary Indian cinema, stunned us in Avesham, playing the ruthless Don Ranga, who is lonely, susceptible inside, and craves for company and friendship more than anything else. His ability to embody the character's inner turmoil and explosive emotions made the film's narrative both intense and widely entertaining, while subtly hitting upon subtexts of social image or peer validation. Avesham is a tragedy in disguise of a comedy, and it is Fahad who makes the impossible idea possible. Meanwhile, in Pushpa 2, he continues the fun as the nemesis to Allu Arjun's Pushpa. He makes most of the screen presence the film allows him, with that party scene of high-octane drama to be the cherry on the cake. And at number 2 with Fahad, we have arguably the greatest actor of Indian cinema, the mighty Mammootty from Brahma Yugam. Mammootty is evil personified in the film, a classic act that can serve as a masterclass in acting. The looks, the laughs, the horror he conveys keeps you spellbound within the middling narrative of the film, which could have been so much more. But the sheer audacity of taking on such a role in this phase of his career is jaw-dropping, as Mammootty outdoes all expectations in playing Koduman Potti. Before we move on to number 1, let us have a special mention like always. It is Chaya Kadam who brought quite brilliance to her roles in All We Imagine As Light, Lapata Ladies and Madgaon Express. In The Cannes winner, her portrayal of a Mumbai immigrant who, in spite of living her entire life in the city, is evicted from her house is heart-melting. The dance sequence in the second half that Kadam's Parvati leads is so beautiful, a subtle rebellion to circumstances that the film stands for. In Lapata Ladies, Kadam added layers of warmth and feminism as the street vendor on a railway station, a subtly powerful character rarely seen in Hindi cinema. And in Madgaon Express, as Kanchan Komri, Kadam is a riot, pushing hard at those feminist themes of the other two films in a fun ride across the colours of Goa. What a year for Chaya Kadam, who is finally getting her due, her deserving recognition after spending years in Indian cinema. We are not sure how many of you will agree with our choice of the best performance of the year in Indian cinema, but we will have to go for what we believe to be the best. And for us, it was Manikandan in Prabhu Ram Vyas's Lover. Playing a character deeply entrenched in themes of love, loss, possession and redemption, his portrayal was both heartfelt and devastating. This is a character that gives you a reality check, contemplate on your own actions back in the past or what you might have ended up doing. Within a culture and cinematic legacy, where toxic actions are passed on to be expressions of love, Lover is a winner that dissects the progress and eventual decay of a relationship, and it is Manikandan's authentic sublime act that carries Prabhu Ram's film. He exposes toxic male emotions to the T, and then in his subtle portrayal, through his vulnerabilities and traumatic baggage, we also realize why Arun is who he is. A performance for a lifetime, deserving of all possible recognitions. Catch up Lover on Disney Hotstar if you have not watched it yet. Well, that is all from us today. Let us know which performances you feel should have made the list and also which ones you agree with us. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, please consider subscribing.